Okay, for this activity, we're going to do some more advanced charting options and just make it a little bit fancier. So first of all, we're going to have some data about favorite lunches, uh, both boys and girls. So we're going to go ahead and type that information in here, favorite lunches. Then we've got boys and girls. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and put in the data. Okay, so I've gone ahead and entered in all the data that needs to be here. As you notice, some of this is cut off here, so we can just put our mouse in between so we get that double arrow and double click, and that expands it out. And I can do the same with between B and C and D. That way each column will have just enough room for the content that's inside of it. Okay, once that is finished, we're going to go ahead and get our data and turn that into a chart. So if I go ahead and click on Insert, Chart, that'll bring up the chart menu. And for this activity, we're going to do a little bit more advanced chart than what we did last time. So for our chart options here, we've got our title here that says boys and girls. We want to change that, and we can change that just by clicking on Customize and then going to Chart and Access Titles, and then we can change this to favorite lunches because that's what our data is about. Okay, once that is finished, we're going to go ahead and center this as well. So we're going to click here and center it. And you could always double click here and it'll bring up the same menu we're in here. So once you have that done, let's go ahead and change this to a little bit different style of a chart. Right now it's just a normal column chart. So we're going to go to Chart Style here. And we're going to change this to a 3D chart. Okay, so we're going to click 3D, so that makes it just a little bit fancier. And if you, for some reason, you had a different chart, you can go to Setup and choose Column Chart from here, okay? So we've got the column chart. And then, once again, go over to Customize, and then we'll just hit 3D to make it a 3D chart. Okay, once that's finished, we're going to go ahead and make some more changes to this chart. And what we'll want to do next is go ahead and change the background color. So right now it's white. Make sure you're on the Customize tab here. We're going to change the background color to maybe a gray background, like that. Okay. And then next thing we'll do is we want to add some labels for each of these numbers. So you can see in each of these columns exactly how many people voted for pizza or spaghetti and so on. So we'll go ahead and go to series here. Okay. So where it says series, we're going to go ahead and click on data labels. And that puts the numbers in for how many people voted for each, boys and girls, for each of these items. So we're going to change the position of these data labels. So after you've checked the box, we're going to change the position, and we're going to put them on the outside. All right, so now we see the numbers. For burgers, 60 boys. For girls, we had 40, and then on hot dogs, we had 70 for the boys and 20 for the girls, etc. So that's just some ways that we can make some minor changes to the data. Now or to the chart. There's a couple more things we want to do before we finish, and we can go ahead and make some changes here. So if we are on the Customize section here, okay, we can change different things here. Like we could change, we've got the girls here are in red. We could change that to a different color. We have boys are in blue. So right now we're set to girls. Let's change the girls to maybe this cornflower blue. Ooh, that's too close to the other one. And then we'll change the boys to a different color. Let's do this orange here. Okay, so you can change if you on the series section, you can change, okay, what color do you want the boys section to be, what colors do you want the girls section to be, and just change it to something different from what it started out as. Okay, you could also change individual parts to it, and you would have to actually click on an individual data point to change that, so we could change like this one only. But let's go ahead and go back to where we were. Okay, so for this one, you're going to set it to 3D, and then you're going to add those data labels there at the top. And then you're going to change the color of the girls setting and then the boys data. And once that is all complete, we can go ahead and do just one more thing, and that is we're going to go ahead and change B5, cell B5. Let's move this down first so we can see everything. So we're going to move our chart below so we can see all the data. And then in B5, we've got spaghetti is at 20 right now. So if you look, boys, spaghetti is 20. If you look here, that matches. We're going to go ahead and click on this and change it to 40. And as you notice, when I change it to 40, you'll see it'll change over here on the chart. Now it's changed once I got out of the cell. So that's pretty cool. It automatically updates the chart as you update the data. And that's all that really needs to be done. We just need a nice different kind of chart that we added a different background color. We changed the colors for the bars. We did a 3D chart, and then we added these numbers here, and we centered and fixed our title. So once that's finished, you'll move your chart down below like this, and you'll have all the information. And one last thing we can do is just kind of highlight these, and we can give it a new color for the heading so it looks a little bit more organized. So let's go ahead and see what color we could use for this. Go to fill color here, and we'll just do maybe a light purple. Okay, so then we can just see the headings a little more easily. And that was, again, right here that we chose it from. So once you're done, go ahead and submit the assignment, and that's all we need for today.